The Celtics' first visit to the new Little Caesars Arena in Detroit was a nice one, albeit with a bit of a scare towards the end. Boston avenged one of its few losses with a truly standout defensive performance in what has become a season full of them. Welcome into the Boston Celtics newsfeed post-game recap brought to you by DraftKings.com. I'm Mike Walsh reporting for CLNS Media. Late last month, the Celtics gave up 118 points to the Detroit Pistons. Andre Drummond went off for 26 points, 22 rebounds, and shot 10 of 12 from the field. You guys might remember this loss. Tonight on the road, however, Boston held Detroit to 37 fewer points, and they held Drummond nearly scoreless in a 91-81 victory on the first night of a road back-to-back. On November 27th, Marcus Morris got the start and was a minus 15 in 23 minutes. On the flip side, the Celtics' other former Piston, Aaron Baines, was a plus 5 in 13 minutes. With Morris nursing a bad leg in this one, Brad Stevens started Baines opposite his All-Star former teammate. The difference was drastic. Baines was a plus 13 in 27 minutes with a steal and 13 rebounds. Drummond, on the other hand, did not score until there were about 3 minutes left in the game and finished 1 of 5 with 6 points and a minus 14. As a team, the Pistons shot 33.3%, including an abysmal 0 of 9 from starting point guard Reggie Jackson. They hit on 51.8% in that win back at TD Garden. Tonight's recap is sponsored by DraftKings, the best place for you to win huge cash prizes every single night. With basketball season back in full swing, DraftKings is the place for one-day fantasy basketball. You can enter into their big money groups or play in some of their beginner or casual contests with your buddies. Just head over to DraftKings.com armed with a $5 deposit. That's all it's going to take, $5. And our promo code, CLNS, and you can play for a share of $10,000 in total prizes. Don't wait, use that code CLNS at DraftKings.com now to choose your lineup. The Celtics offense was flowing for stretches of this one. They posted 29 points in the first and third quarters, building up a lead in those two frames that withstood a serious comeback bid by Detroit in the fourth. Boston went on a 16-5 run to open the second half, going ahead 60-42 on a Kyrie Irving three-pointer. Before that, at the end of the second quarter, Avery Bradley and Anthony Tolliver had scored back-to-back in transition, but a no call on Marcus Smart barreling through Reggie Jackson allowed Jason Tatum to sink a three from the corner. Jackson was subsequently called for a technical foul with 20 seconds left in the half. Now, including Tatum's tray, Boston scored 14 straight points spanning halftime, which included another technical freebie called on Drummond in the third. Late in the third, Detroit's bench got it back into the game. Tolliver and Luke Kennard hit some big shots to draw within 67-57 with 2 minutes left. A begoggled Jaylen Brown fought his way in for an old-fashioned three-point play out of a Stevens timeout, though. After Terry Rozier knocked home a three from Lake Michigan to put Boston ahead 73-59 at the final change, however, it appeared the Celtics packed it in a bit early. The offensive faucet switched off in the fourth, and a Tobias Harris three forced a timeout while bringing the Celtics lead to just 9 inside the 6-minute mark. Boston's scoreless streak extended to north of 5 minutes after another Harris three helped cut it to 79-75. Brown finally got a floater to go as Bradley had temporarily put a muzzle on Kyrie, who finished 4 of 12 for 16 points and 3 assists. Drummond's first points came on a tip-in to make it 81-77 Celtics, but Al Horford answered that with a three of his own. Tatum sank a three with Drummond closing out with 2 minutes to play, forcing Boston back ahead 87-79 and putting the Celtics out of reach. Horford led the team with 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Marcus Smart chipped in 12 points off the bench. Despite having 5 turnovers, he again finished with a plus 10 in 25 minutes. Bradley started the night hot, but got cold quickly and finished 5 of 16 from the floor for 12 points. Tobias Harris led the Pistons with 19. Tonight was the front end of a road back-to-back for Boston. The team now heads to Chicago for a game Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern against the Bulls. Keep it tuned to our brand new site, clnsmedia.com, for all your Celtics coverage. Josue Pavone will have the pregame show in the AM, followed by Matt Genak's newsfeed. And, of course, Colin Letty will be back with your post-game recap. Until next time, this has been Newsfeed Manager Mike Walsh, reporting for CLNS.